can take many hours to walk between monasteries. But for this hermit, the journey home can take all day, by chain up the mountainside. The hermit lives his rigorous existence at the mercy of nature, naked, as it were, before the face of God. Once, this monk was a Yugoslav nobleman. Now he follows a life of contemplation, supplementing his usual vegetarian diet with fish from the sea, hundreds of feet below. Between the communal life in a large organized monastery and the way of the solitary, there is a third pattern of life on Athos, that of monks living in tiny communities called skeets. These monks survive by their handiwork, using skills and techniques handed down through the centuries. Water-powered lathes are unusual, even on Athos. Monks in the skeets must be self-supporting. These will be sold to raise money.
The monk is forbidden to own property. He must own nothing, not even a penny. I have been here in the monastery for 70 years, and with the grace of God, I worked as hard as I could. And for 40 years as abbot, I managed millions, not just for the monastery, but also for the holy community of Athos. And today, I don't even own a penny.
Boxwood carving like this has been a tradition on Athos since the 15th or 16th century. Although the mountain has its closest ties with Greece, and everyone who lives here is granted Greek citizenship, Athos is very much a pan-Orthodox center.
There have been Russian monks, Serbs from Yugoslavia, Bulgarians, Romanians, and now in the last few years there's an increasing number of people from the West. From Britain there are a few monks, from France, Switzerland, Germany, even one from Peru.
The Athonite day begins at sunset. For here we are in ancient Byzantine time, as if the Empire of Byzantium still existed. The monks gather for the evening vigil, a time for meditation.
The most important thing that a monk does is to pray. St. Paul, in his letter to the Thessalonians, says, pray without ceasing. Not just morning and evening, not just 7 times a day, but without ceasing.
This is a knotted rosary. Every monk carries a small version. On this he repeats constantly the Jesus prayer. Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy upon me.
Jesu Christe, Jesu Thie eleison. Jesu Christe, Jesu Thie eleismas. Jesu Christe, Jesu Thie eleiston cosmos hapanai.
For the monk, prayer is not just one activity among others. Prayer is to be a dimension that enters into everything else you do. And the hope is that you will not just be a person who says prayers from time to time, but a person who is prayer all the time. So everything else that goes on in the monastery, as well as the services, is seen in relation to prayer.
This is one of the many kitchens used to cook the large meals. Little sign of modern convenience is here.
Σημείωσε ότι ουδέ ο κόρπος του Αβραάμ σημαίνει το τέλειον της Θείας δόξης.
Communal meals like this are a ritual. The worship continues.